to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And I am back once again. It is a Christmas day. It is, what time is it here? It is about 3:30 on p.m. in the afternoon on Christmas Day, and I am hiding. I'm out here in the war room, somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho, and I am hiding. I'm hiding from the food, actually. I'm glad that this is Christmas Day and that Christmas is almost officially over. It was fun. I just thought I'd jump on here, give you guys kind of I'm just going to talk. I'm here. I've got time. I'm sure you wouldn't mind listening to it. If you don't want to, you just won't listen to this episode. So it is what it is, but I'm glad Christmas is pretty much over. It was fun. We do most of our Christmas stuff as our family. Most of that kind of stuff we do actually on Christmas Eve. So last evening, all the kids came over and their significant others and families, and we played some games and exchanged some gifts. We actually, kind of weird here, I know, but we kind of actually open our gifts. We open our gifts Christmas Eve. That's the way I did it growing up as a kid, so that's kind of just the way I did it here. And that's the way I did it when I was a kid, because on Christmas Day, we'd wake up, and as a little kid, you wake up and you do the Santa Claus thing. You see what Santa left you. And we still do that here, Christmas morning. You see what Santa left. And then when I was a child, we would hurry up and we'd leave, and we'd usually drive 2 or 3 hours, actually, and go visit other family, usually some elderly relatives, that sort of thing. So I think that's why, as a kid, that we used to pretty much open all our gifts except for the Santa Claus stuff on Christmas Eve. And so that's the way we've continued to do it, and it actually works out well. Because my adult children's families can come over and they can join in. We can see the grandkids open their stuff, and then they can leave, and then they can go and do their Christmas thing with their spouses' families and all that. So it works out really well. But man, we went out to my parents' house yesterday afternoon about 2:00, and we didn't really eat per se, but we had a bunch of just snacks, right? Snacks all over the place. And then we did that at 2:00, and then my kids, we left there, and then we met my kids and everyone over here at my house at 6:00 and pretty much did the same thing. And now we've got piles of food laying around. And if you've been listening to the podcast for any amount of time, I kind of eat a little differently, try to eat relatively healthy. Some allergies I have now that I can't eat a lot of different things. And when I try to avoid a lot of sugar, I do get some, but I try to avoid a lot of it. But over the holiday, I will allow myself a day or two to, I won't say eat whatever I want, but not be as structured, as disciplined. And I'm going to tell you right now, my stomach is not used to it. And I feel like I've eaten everything I've seen for the past 2 weeks. And I really haven't done that bad, but I had to just sneak away. And my wife and kiddo are inside the house. I just had to sneak out here and just kind of do my own thing. And I thought, well, I might as well jump on the podcast and just chat with you, see what you guys are doing. I'm going to adjust my mic here, and we're going to see how bad this is going to sound for everyone. Hopefully it's not bad. Okay, that works better. There we go. Difficulties there. But and that's how my Christmas went. I hope yours went good. Mine did. There was no fighting. There was no arguing. No one got into a fist fight. So that's good, right? No feelings were hurt. And I am ready for today to be officially over and to move on. Back tomorrow, like I mentioned a couple days ago, tomorrow it's business as usual. I've got a class at 9 o'clock. I said group coming in at 9. And then I've got another class at 1:00. So it'll be a nice full day. I'm not going in and doing my radio show tomorrow. We typically don't do that the week of Christmas. I'll be back doing that. If you're local, I'll be back doing that on the 2nd. So on January 2nd, that's a Friday, I'll be in there. But not only will I be doing my regular show from 8 to 9, I will be doing the official show, the entire show from 6 in the morning till 10 o'clock in the morning. So 4 hours, actually 3 hours of me, and then I'll have a guest on from 9 to 10. Not a guest that I chose, but someone else who comes on the air, Donnie with Washington Gun and Pawn. So he'll be on for that last hour. So I am, it's business as usual, and I look forward to it. I've got my Holosun, my optic showed up for my Kuna, and I will be getting that hopefully on Saturday, and get to try it out, check it out, see how that goes. That's step 2 of the Kuna build. Step 1 being I purchased the Kuna. Step 2 being I've got the optic. Step 3, I'm not sure yet, but I think it's probably going to end up being like I said the other day, that suppressor. But we'll see. We'll see how that all pans out here. Now, I have been working on doing my reloading, and everyone knows that when I reload, I actually cast bullets. I use cast bullets that I cast myself, lead cast rounds. And I love doing that. I love getting out there. I love casting these bullets. It's fun. I enjoy it. I didn't powder coat them. It is a time-consuming process. Now, I did mention the other day that I had 500 bullets that someone gave me, and they are extreme 115 grain 9mm extreme bullets, jacketed, plated, something like that, bullets from Freedom Munitions. And I've worked up a load for these, and it's taken me just a little bit. But when I do a load, I mentioned it before, I'll load up 5 rounds, and I'll take one gun out and see if it kind of functions in that gun, and kind of see what I think, make sure they're not keyholing or anything like that. And then if that's successful, I'll make a few more. Maybe I'll up it, whatever I think I need to do. Once I get it dialed in, I will make about 50 rounds. Okay. And then I will take out 4 or 5 different guns, and I will run, a mag full or 10 rounds through each firearm of that final. And I know a lot of people maybe don't do it that way, but I do. And, some have optics on them, some don't. Some are 2011s. There's striker fireds. There's some with extra light recoil springs, all the things, right? All the things. And just different types of guns. And I'll just run like 10 rounds through each of those to make sure that they function reliably and like they should. And I found my load. For those bullets. And I don't know if you guys reload or not, but let me tell you what it is. There's 150 grain extreme bullets from Freedom Munitions. Okay. And they are sitting on top of 4.2 grains of tight group. And I think I don't know what the overall length is. I want to say it's like 1.150 or something like that. I'd have to double check that. I got it written down across the room over there. But finally, I have found a load that'll work for that. And I do want to shout out thanks to Bill. Bill, you'll know who you are if you're listening. You kind of helped me figure that out. It's been 2 or 3 years since I've actually reloaded. And anyhow, he helped me find some good data on what I needed to do, and I do appreciate that because it helped a bunch. But now I'm ready to rock and roll, and I'm loading up the rest of this box of bullets, and I'm down, and actually I ran out of lead cast rounds, and that's kind of why I changed up in the middle here. And now I'm like, these other rounds I've never loaded. I've never loaded actually bullets that I've purchased before. I've just always cast my own. It's nice. It's nice to open the box and just have them be ready and know what they weigh and don't have to worry about coating them and all this stuff. And I got to poking around, and a box of 500 of these things is only like $38. And I think about the time and everything that I put into casting, and I'm really tempted just to go and order about 2,000 more rounds of these and bring them back here and just load them up by hand, because in my brain, that is really reasonable. The amount of time and the amount of, not dying from cancer situation of melting the lead, which I will continue to cast and do all that good stuff. But I just don't know that I want to break. I got a small area, and I don't know that I want to break everything down right now and actually start casting and coating rounds. So I never thought I'd actually buy bullets to load, but man, is it nice. It's really nice. They work really well. So I don't know. I have to sit down and think about it and see. Got to see what I want to purchase. But I hope you guys all had a good Christmas. Maybe you got some firearm stuff. Maybe you got some gun stuff. If you want to, if you're on the social media page, Instagram, the Facebook, the Patriot Defense, you can message me there and let me know, or you can give me a call or shoot me a text at area code 620-794-6223. It's area code 620-794-6223, and let me know, what did you get for Christmas as far as like firearm stuff? Like, did your spouse, your kids, did someone buy you a cool gun, some holsters? What did you get this year? Me and my wife decided not to purchase stuff for each other and just concentrate on my 12-year-old that I have at home. And we are gonna, I think, put our funds that we would have spent on us for Christmas into a trip or something like that in the future, in the upcoming year. So that's our plan. But of course, me being a gun guy and being fortunate enough that this is my business, guns and ammo and training is my business, I pretty much just kind of, if the money's there and I want it, I just buy what I want anyhow, because I can write this stuff off. And every year I end up getting a new shooting bag, a new range bag, right? I actually wear mine out. People wouldn't think that I would, but I'm using it lots, every other day, every day, whatever's coming up in the week. And because sometimes I'm hauling ammo out there, or I am letting people shoot multiple guns, like in my permit class the other day, I probably had 7 or 8 pistols in there, because sometimes people need to borrow a pistol or use a pistol or whatever it is. I just, or they're trying out guns. So I will throw a bunch of guns in there. And I like this bag a lot, but I break them down and I kind of wear them out really well or really quick. And this one's got a handle, handles on it that you pull together, and it also has a shoulder strap. And I put it on the other day, and I was walking across out to the range, and the shoulder strap broke, and it was the metal clip actually broke. So it doesn't mean it doesn't surprise me, but I was like, oh man, I don't want to have to buy another bag. So I was poking around on the jungle website, and I came across a hard case. And I don't know if you've seen these. Go poke around and you'll find a hard case with the individual pistol slots in them, right? Cut out in the foam. And so I think what I'm going to do is, I already did actually. I ordered one of those. I think it'll be a lot more durable. I don't think it's going to break down as much. And I've got an old range bag, so if I need to just haul, one gun out there and a box of ammo or something, I'll just throw it in the other bag. But on classes where I have multiple firearms, I'm going to haul out in this hard case. So I don't know, looking forward to that. New stuff, new toys, stuff delivered to the house. Like, that's my jam. I like that. It's like Christmas year round. When you order off that jungle website and it just kind of shows up. So I like that. Now, my next favorite place to shop, and you would think, why do you like to shop here? A lot of guys like to shop here, but how does this relate to your business? Is I love going over to Harbor Freight, or I call it Hobo Freight. One of my favorite stores ever, honestly. And I am looking at getting a welder. Mine broke. I'm sure I mentioned this in the last podcast. Mine broke, so I'm in the market for one of those. So I'll probably get one of those coming and fix up a bunch of steel targets. In fact, I got to reach out to my target guy, and I'm going to get about 4 or 5 more steel silhouette targets built up for my elite group to shoot at, and maybe the other classes too. We'll see. Actually, as far as the other classes are concerned, I usually give status on how those classes are doing. I have got the women. The women are coming in clutch. They do all the time. They are my biggest. My most students are women. Every single year, it just continues to grow, and it continues to get more and more and more. And I almost have a women's beginners shooting academy filled up. I think I've got 2 more spots available in it, and I will open up another one. I have got 3 guys showed up. 3 guys signed up for the men's academy, which the men are a little, some years that class is not very big. Some years it's big and it fills at the very last minute. Sometimes not so much. So we will see. I think there's at least I can think of 2 or 3 more people that might be signing up for that. We will find out. And then in the women's advanced academy, I got about 3 people signed up for it. And what else do I have? For the elite, I've got 1 guy signed up for the elite group. Now I've had a few more guys that actually have qualified for it, and hopefully they get signed up because they qualified for it, and we'll see. They just got to check and see if it works out for their work schedules. But I'm hoping they get signed up as well because I got a lot of cool stuff planned for that group. Now, there's a few different ways of looking at this. Some people might say, well, that doesn't seem like you're getting that many people signed up. And I will be the first one to say it is a little slow. And it is what it is. It comes, it goes. As long as my bills are paid, I'm good. I'm never going to be a millionaire doing this, right? And, and I know stuff's expensive out there. Groceries are expensive. Fuel's kind of gone down. But I tell you, being alive right now, being alive is expensive. And we can get into the reasons why and how promises made were promises broken and all that good stuff. But we won't. I'm kind of actually, if they fill up, great. I'm not going to turn anyone down. Fill them up. My business my accountant says I could use full classes. That would be better. That'd be the better business option is to have the classes full. But you know what? If they don't fill up, it is what it is. I mean, I'm still going to have them. And I was talking with a gentleman the other day, and he's asking me about the men's group. He goes, hey, how full is that? And I'm like, there's only 3 people signed up. Oh, that's not that many. And you know what? It's not. But I'm going to tell you right now, the smaller the classes, the more fun we can have. I know it's probably not a good selling technique, me throwing that out there, but I actually look forward to some of the smaller classes. Now, the months where I need to pay the bills, the bigger classes are it. But we have way more fun in the smaller classes. We absolutely have fun in all the classes, but we can do extra. We can do extra stuff with the smaller classes. We can move a little quicker. So I don't know. I kind of it's weird, I know, but I kind of look forward to some of that stuff. As we move forward. So we will see what happens. This time of year, we get past the holidays. I don't have to worry about Christmas anymore. And I have about a month before we get into the other classes. And this is where you guys are going to start hearing all the brainstorming that I've been doing, because I am starting to brainstorm a bit about next year, stuff I'm going to do differently, different teaching techniques, how I'm going to explain stuff differently. I'm exploring a couple of different takes on grip and trigger press. And you're like, well, what else? Well, do you need to know on grip and trigger press? Well, stuff evolves, stuff changes. There's different techniques out there that I might bring into play. We'll got to check that out. So that's kind of what I'm brainstorming about. over the next month. That and getting ready for taxes. I've got to separate all those stupid receipts. My wife is asking for them. So, but I guess sooner I get the taxes done, the quicker I can get them in, quicker I can find out how much I owe. I don't know if that's something to be excited about or not, but I don't know. It is what it is. On a side note, if you're on the social media pages, Stealth Arms and the Platypus, probably like, I haven't carried that gun yet, but probably like one of my most favorite guns I have. I mean, it is the cheat code gun. They just announced you can actually, when you order it and you get your gun built, you can actually have the option now of a compensator, of getting this thing ported with a comp on it and all this good stuff. And they look sick. I posted pictures and they look awesome. I don't know that I'll ever get one. It's a little expensive. It's like $500 to $600 added on to the price of the gun, which is, mine was kind of a base price of about $2,000. I don't know if I could justify that. I think a set of Wilson Combat Springs, which is what I put in mine, will take a lot of the flip out of it, if there is any, and just flatten it right out. And I think you'll be fine. I really do. But man, they look sick. I don't know what a practical use would be for one on a Platypus. It is a little bit, it's going to make the gun a little bit longer. For carry, it might be getting too long, depending on, maybe you already carry a full length gun. I don't know. For me, it looks like it's getting just a little bit too long. If you wanted a race gun or some kind of, competition gun or something like that, it might be a good way to go, but I don't know, not for me. I don't know. It looks cool, but I don't know if it's worth the $500 or $600. I just really don't know. So we'll see what happens. And also, hopefully, in the next month or so, I've been tossing around a few more T-shirt ideas. I like to kind of have fun with my shirts and put interesting one-liners on the back of these shirts. So if I get those figured out and thrown up there, I'll throw them up for sale, and you guys can check them all out. But there you go. There's your shorty podcast, just because it's a little extra. I'm a little bored. If I'm inside, I'm just going to continue to eat. It's going to sound wonderful. If I'm inside, I'm going to continue to eat my weight in gluten-free, dairy-free snacks. Doesn't that sound delicious? Yum. There you go. Yum. I can, drink water. Anyhow. I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a good Christmas. I will talk to you later. Hopefully, I plan on being back this weekend. We'll get another one out to you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.